we are back into our activity notebook, and we're going to be taking notes on Jane Goodall again. So the first section was things that we noticed and we saw and were important information in the video. What are some things we also saw or that we saw in the reading as well? So I'm going to look back. What I always like to do for things like this is we're going to almost do like a second read or a skim, and we're going to go through page by page and see if there's important information. So we should all be looking on those first pages together. What important information did we learn about on these pages? Haley.
What we learned is that, like, what she was doing while she was doing that.
Yes. Well, most important, not even just what she's doing. What is our very first line of that one? Yeah, so right away we learn in our reading she is a primatologist and that she studies chimpanzees. This whole thing, yes, it has about her childhood, but this whole first page, it lets us know she's a primatologist, and then it gives us background about her becoming that primatologist. She was obsessed with the toy her dad got her when she was little. I think it needs to go on the floor. It is now more of a distraction than it is a tool for helping her. She was obsessed with the toy when she was little. She went to Africa, then she studied at Cambridge. So she had things that built her up to being a primatologist, and that's what we learned in the first part. Make sure you spell primatologist right. It is on that page for you. Do you think it could be important to say what she's studying? Now remember, a primatologist studies primates, but Jane Goodall mostly studies what? Chimpanzees. She mostly studies chimpanzees. In our next pages that we have, we read a little bit more about Jane Goodall going to Africa to study, or Africa to learn about them. We learned about what they eat, and we learned about how they're very smart, right? Are those things that we could put there? How I kind of summarized that was that first paragraph was about her going back to Africa to study. The second paragraph was about them being intelligent. And the third paragraph was about tools. See how we can kind of just quickly say what it was about, and we get that key information. So she studies more in Africa to learn about how smart they are. And I'm going to put on there just in that little star again, tools, because one of the things that made them so smart was that they had tools. Now, third graders, I'm going to pause. I want you to pause and look up for one moment. I have helped you with the first two boxes because those were our first 2 pages of reading. We still have 2 more pages of reading that we did. Kind of come up with the main point on each page and put them in the final 2 boxes, okay? That is your activity, to go through the final 2 pages. Just do a quick skim of them and put down kind of the main points we can take from each of those and put them in those boxes, okay? I'll give you just a few minutes to work on that.